Okay, for this module we're going to discuss unit icons and how unit icons are constructed. So to understand a unit icon, all right, we need to understand the keys and the main components that belong to it. So step one, all icons inside of the manuals that we use, ADRP 1-02 and ADP 1-02, rely on an octagon. We call this the bounding octagon. The reason why it bounds is it fits to every unit frame that we have. All right? And the octagon is divided into 3 sections. The center of it is our main icon. Generalized purpose of what this icon does, right? Modifier field 1 will abbreviate to mod 1, and modifier field 2 at the bottom, mod 2. Modifier field 1 addresses unique capabilities to the organization or to that element or to that icon, where modifier field 2 is a mobility indicator. It tells us where we're at and how it's going to get from A to B. A means of conveyance. All right, so for unit frames, we know that the key and the basis is always going to be the bounding octagon. Now, once you get pretty well versed in drawing icons, you don't necessarily have to draw this in the center of all of them, but this helps us divide our sections out. For unit frames, we specifically use individualized colors for each type. So friendly units go in a blue rectangle. As you see, the octagon fits neatly inside of that. Enemy icons go into the enemy threat diamond, which again nests very nicely inside of our bounding octagon. And then neutral components on the battlefield go inside of a green color that is a square. All of which has the bounding octagon around it and inside of it. This is the basic construction for a unit frame. Now we talk about amplifiers. There's up to 27 amplifiers, but we're not going to talk about all of them because it gets really far in depth. We don't need to go there. All right, we're specifically going to talk about modifier field 1 and how it's oriented inside of an icon. If we have an unknown unit frame and we wanted to note it as being infantry, using the doctrinally approved main icon symbology for infantry is crossed rifles, much like their branch insignia, or the crossed straps of their old battlefield backpacks and rucksacks. That lets us know that it is a neutral infantry unit. Now, if this unit happens to be armored, we put the armored oval, and if they're wheeled, for their C mobility, this will lead to an infantry striker organization. Modifier field 1 being that enhanced capability, which is armor, and modifier field 2 is mobility. In this case, it's a wheeled element. So to recap, modifier field 1 always appears in the upper sections of the bounding octagon. Right? Again, it's about capability. Modifier field 2 always comes in the bottom part of the main icon bounding frame, deals with mobility. How it gets to the battlefield or how it gets from A to B, whether it be airborne, air assault, wheeled, amphibious, so on and so forth.